I close my eyes. I don't have time for them
Yes.
and this nasty ass shit.
Yeah, I watched it like this.
I muted it and everything. I was like, the sound effects off the chain too. I ain't got time.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Love Island Games, Season 2, Episode 9 and 8. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
I'm Kamaria. I am a attorney and a pop culture writer. So these 2 episodes are pretty good. Let's kind of get into the end. Like a lot of audacity. A lot of audacity.
A lot of audacity. I mean, the audacity was like their third leg in that motherfucker.
Right.
Let's start with Tyrique.
Okay, yeah.
Tyrique. Now, I think it was the first and second episode. I said I like Tyrique. I no longer like Tyrique. One, because it's just been too many times when he does not get his way, he throws these little temper tantrums, and it's like, you need to learn to regulate that, my guy. Like that's just, it's not cute. And for him to think, oh, I'm the one running how things go, it's like you're not even thinking about how unattractive it is, and potentially that Justine actually doesn't like you, wants to play the game with you, yes, says she can have a good time with you, but it's like you looking at this like she is being all lovey-dovey and romantic with you, but no, this is not attractive. Every single time you don't get your way, then you want to like low-key threaten me and say, oh, you're not going to get breakfast, you're not going to get the cuddles in bed, you're not going to get the princess treatment. It's not cute. Not cute.
It's manipulative and it's childish, and it makes me feel like what I felt like in the beginning, which was that I didn't think he was interested in Justine romantically, to be honest. It felt like he was just trying to win the winner, trying to win over the winner of season 1. And yeah, I was not clear, because I wasn't clear. Like with KK, it was given there was interest. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But with Justine, it was harder for me to kind of see it. But then as he started to really like kind of be like, oh, I'm a little jealous, then I started to think he was. So I'm still unclear. I don't know. But I was like, if he wasn't, it would explain why he was able to like turn on, turn off so fast. You know what I mean? Like, because it's kind of diabolical the way he's
very
done it. It's very
diabolical.
psychologically, like, it's immature. It's like, what? Are you a child? Like, it's one of the girls in the chat called a psychopath. He's like a psychopath or something like that. It's something is not right about it. It's like, to be able to go like that's like very cruel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not just in a game, you're actually dating a little bit, and so to do that to anybody, just period, is kind of weird. It's just weird behavior. So I agree with you. I do not like him. I don't like him.
Yeah. And about him like liking or not liking Justine, I do think he was liking Justine. I don't think that he liked that Justine kept saying like her number one priority was the games. I think that made it where Tyrique felt like he could not make a power move, and he wants to be able to be in the power position. He wants to be able to say, yeah, I like you, let's further this, or no, because he wants the woman to be chasing him, essentially. Like at the end of the day, I think he likes the chase,
but he wants to be able to conquer.
Right. He wants to be able to conquer at the same time. So it's like he wants somebody who is like, okay, no, but at the same time, like, I know where home is type vibes. So it's like we doing this little back and forth. And if Justine is all about the games, he can't get that back and forth from her. I will say, Justine, I'm like, girl, your inkling was going off. Like, she read it. She was like, I'm reading you. Like, I your switch up is crazy. I'm glad she was able to pick that up. I was hoping, because she picked that up, that she was not going to check the return to cinder box.
Well, I could tell that after she said that, like, she said it and then she proceeded to go. Like, it's like she saw the yellow flag or something. that made her gave her pause, but she was like, I'm gonna just proceed. And I guess I'll proceed cautiously, but she was still proceeding. So I felt like she wouldn't have done it. I see why she didn't. You get what I'm saying? And one thing I do want to say also is like it's hard to like really trust. I don't trust no black man who would do a black woman dirty like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that's what I don't.
Yes.
It's like you don't have a sense of
Yes.
community. You don't have a sense of like, and I know you're not African American, like you UK, you know, whatever.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah,
Y'all
no,
still
I
up under
agree.
that
But
European, that strong ass European influence.
a
And you'll break.
1,000%. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what their vibe is in terms of community the
Yeah.
way ours is here. Like, people talk
Yeah.
about it being like, oh, crabs in the barrel, but it's really not. Like, black people, it's like
Yeah.
we be having we can see, and when it's
Yeah.
not a real one, we know that, you know. And so
Yeah.
I
will
feel
say
like
too, we also have just here in America, right? Like we have a different history.
oh hell
Like
yeah,
Black
different
Americans have a
history of
different
trauma.
history. So
Yeah,
a lot of Black people in the UK are coming from all these different places. You know, they're migrating there.
Yeah, they're
and it does not
immigrants.
have the same.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said they're immigrants, and
Right,
we're
they're immigrants,
not,
like
you
from
know.
straight up Africa and
Yeah.
Jamaica and
Yeah.
you know the different islands and stuff. So
Yeah.
So for those who may have not watched the episode, what we're talking about is when at the end of episode 9, when all of the islanders who were not safe, which was everyone except for Toby and Sydney and Andriena and Johnny, they got the opportunity to either open the box, a secret box, not knowing exactly what was in it, but knowing that it was a bombshell, or stay loyal to that person and say return the box to Cinder.
And what was like really important about that was that like you would get safety if the bombshell who was in the box actually picked you back. So it was kind of like this gamble or whatever, like, right? And so for the women, the only woman who chose to open the box was Nicola. And so she ended up matching with this guy. What are they from? Because they said they were exes. They were from UK.
Gabby is from UK. I don't know where Casey
But they-
whatever originally is from.
Okay.
But I guess they won Love Island All Stars together.
Okay, yeah. So that's it. He didn't seem that interested in Gabby. Sorry.
Nicola.
Yes, Nicola. I'm over here like da. But yeah, he didn't seem that interested in
no.
Nicola when he came over there. So I was like, oh dang, this girl, she keep talking about this love connection. At this point, I would
just stay with a friend.
Yeah, just be like,
Stay
well,
with a friend,
friends. But anyway, so she the only one. All the other women said they're gonna return to Cinder. They're gonna stay in their match and stay vulnerable. So Nicola became safe. Her and her dude, they safe. Then on the guy side, the 3 guys who decided they wanted to open the box were what is his name? Marvin? Is that the new guy?
Marvin. Mm-hmm.
Marvin.
Yeah.
And of course, Nicola had done that. So boom, they both did open the box. And then Ty. So Justine did not do that, and that was just like he just did it. It was. I'm glad when he said that, right? When she saw, oh, this is what he's doing. He's playing games. I'm glad she saw that so clearly in that moment. She looked very hurt, but she also held it together. Like, I was so glad she held it together because it looked like, I was like, is she going to cry? Because it looked like the level of like, you got me, like, you know, but also she held herself together very well.
Yeah. Because what was it that he said? He was like, it don't feel good, does it?
Yeah, I was like, he's a child.
Ariana asked Justine, was she blindsided? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, it doesn't feel good, does it? And it's like,
he's a child. Like I wrote down when I was like, he reminds me of, you ever watched the Boondocks? Riley. That's what he's giving. He's giving Riley from the fucking Boondocks because he is a child. He's a child.
Yes.
Child.
Yes. And even Toby looked terrified. When Tyrique made that decision. And I don't know, because you know the producers love to clip faces around or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know if this reaction is a true reaction in the moment. But it definitely was given like, bro, why is you doing this? And why would you give up even if you are here for the games and you want to play a game or whatever, it's like, why would you give up the person who just won? Why would you allow yourself to become a target like that? Out of spite. Like that was such an emotionally charged decision. And it's like, if your emotions, especially as a man, can run you like that, You're scary. You're
Yeah.
unpredictable. It's giving
Yeah.
crash out on me whenever you feel like it.
It's
Like,
giving
no.
it's the thing that women are scared of when they go into dating. Somebody like just ridiculously ruthless like him. Don't
Mm-hmm.
don't want it. The other piece of this, like the two of them were unsafe folks. The other piece of this were the safe couples. So the power couple, which
Yes.
was Sydney and Toby, and Andriena and Johnny, they could decide whether they wanted to open the box as well and put themselves into vulnerability for the possibility of matching with the bombshell. Andriena stayed, the Sydney and Toby stayed.
Johnny.
Johnny,
Johnny
I
Love.
don't know. Johnny said he was return to center, and it was just so like it was a lot. But before we get into that, so those are the three guys who
Yeah.
were going to get their box open. The bombshell who came through was Gabby. She's very fit, muscular. She chose Johnny. Then the power couple could each save one guy and one girl of the opposite sex, and I thought that Toby was going to save Andrina because she had just gone through what she went through, but he saved Lucinda because he was like, she's his homegirl. And then Sydney said, first of all, why she all like, and because of my alliance, like, shout it out from the rooftop. Why don't you like let everybody know? Why don't you to target y'all and that y'all are moving like this? Why don't you? But she was like, this helps my alliance and it helps for like. So she saved Ty, and that was some bull. But like, because
Yeah,
I wanted to
no.
see how America was gonna vote on this. But I heard
Yeah.
somebody say something like, "Oh, the producers didn't want him to be off that show. Like that ain't gonna fly." And it makes me think about like when Ace was saying last season, like standing behind Huda and basically like that wasn't my decision type of thing.
Yeah.
I wonder how
Mm-hmm.
much this has to do with that because I know they do probably want Ty up in here because
Yeah, I
he's
could
just
believe it.
chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, they know
So
I think they knew if it was a producer push, and it probably was. I think they knew that if Tyrique was in that vote, he would have been at the bottom. I think they knew that Justine was gonna be at the top. Like, she's not necessarily at risk, and so that to keep the drama going, right? Like, this is the way that they both get to stay in the villa. Yeah, Lucinda and Toby. Toby, I wasn't too surprised. I was like, that's his friend. That's probably he's gonna choose. I thought Sydney would have chosen Zay because she was like,
yeah.
this is a selfless decision. So I'm thinking, okay, she's probably going to choose Zay so that Lucinda and Zay can, stay together. They can work with them because she was talking about like, an ally. And it's like, you don't have to grow your allyship with somebody you already have. You already have an ally in. Like, Toby doesn't have to work on his relationship with Tyrique. They're best friends. So they were going to be fine regardless of who you chose. So that
But
frame of thought, like, I did not understand it.
I think she's trying to save him from America's vote, though. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
because if he
Yeah.
goes home, then that's not their alliance. Their alliance is less strong. But speaking of this alliance, because is it all the black men and they booze?
Yeah,
Because I think that's what it
basically,
is.
basically. Yeah,
It's
Toby,
Toby
Johnny.
and
I don't even know if Johnny's black, but the brown men in the villa, Ellie, brown and black men.
Johnny is
But Toby,
definitely like Elder Bar. I mean, I don't know what he is, but
I
I
don't
know he
know.
got
I
a
don't
black in
know.
there. He got black in there. That
Child.
it's black in there. I don't even. He
Yeah.
may be mixed or something. He may be Dominican. He may whatever. Is black in there. That man is
Yeah.
looks straight
Yeah.
off of a perm just for me. Back in the day when he used to do the Jerry curl thing, he looked straight off of just for me box or whatever the hell.
No,
What is it?
facts,
Dark and lovely. I
facts,
don't know who
facts.
used to do it, but
Yes.
he looked straight off of one of them
Not
boxes.
just for me.
I
I'm
know, like the
weak.
barbershop photos, like, bruh,
Yeah.
that is man is some black is up in there, if not full
Yeah.
black, because especially because it's like he looked black outside, like he his texture ain't even that loose, like you know what I'm saying,
No,
like
it ain't loose at all. That brother got waves. He
yeah,
has waves.
yeah. So I
But
don't
yeah,
know, but he could
Toby,
be
Johnny, and Tyrique, they seem like
mixed.
they've
Yeah,
been working together.
yeah. So that looks like that's gonna be um a thing, and I hate to go against my brothers, but
Yeah.
I don't like none of them right now. Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
Toby,
yeah.
but even that's like it's I don't dislike Toby. It's not I
Yeah.
like him. I just don't dislike him. So I,
Yeah, so
I'm Team Justine.
yeah, no, for real. Team Justine for sure.
Mm.
But this Johnny thing, how you feel about it? Because I feel like I'm a little 50-50 on
Funny.
it. I
You're
am 50 50
50/50?
because
Okay.
at least the problem with Johnny is,
Mm,
right, it's like the timing of it
mm,
all. He was upfront with her and he let her know, like, this, like, the romantic piece of this, we need to work on it. But it's like
mhm,
the decision to choose somebody else came too
mhm,
quickly after he told her,
mhm.
you
Yeah,
know,
no, I agree with that.
which
Yeah.
was out of his control. And it's
Mhm.
like Johnny has been saying he is here for the games. He wants to win. And Andriena got no dog in her. Not an ounce. She ain't even got no puppy. Like, that girl literally said, like, I'm just gonna leave it up to you. Like, and
Yes.
it's like, what do you do with that? What do you do with that?
I mean, so yeah, so like ah, this is why I don't like this with him. It's because like ultimately like he been all grabby, touchy, all that things with Andrina, right? And it's
Justine said
like
he liked that with everybody.
whatever he is, whatever he's like that, whether he's with that like that with everybody, whatever, he's all in that. So that's signaling you're here for something other than the games, right? You over
Yeah.
here trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna motivate her. I'm a, I brought, whatever I'm gonna say, picked you out the
Put you
gutter.
up in the gutter.
Yeah, I know. You want to do all of this stuff like you're here for both. That's what it's giving to me. It's like you can say you're here for the
Yeah.
games, but then you're all grabby. Like at certain times, like I noticed, I was like, she may have been like, oh, like a little far back. Then he just kind of grab her and like pull her closer,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
or kind of be like, oh, they gonna do a kiss or whatever. And it's just like if you're gonna do both, right? If you're gonna be like all like touching, grabbing, and all this stuff and signaling to her, you my woman, come here, Flintstone style, then maybe like you need to have a little bit more patience with the other side of it because you're trying to balance. You get what I'm saying? It's like I feel like he did too much in his head thinking about that before he spoke to her. And then so the
Yeah.
fallout of it came too quick. So I agree. Like, because when he said the conversation, I was like, oh, this is really like mature of him. This is
Yeah. He did
really
say it very nicely.
yes. I was like, he's not saying, just like Andrea said, it's not, he wasn't saying like, boom, this is what I decided. He's giving her the room
Yeah.
and the space, but then he didn't give her the room and the space. And then on top of that, it's like, this girl out here falling for you on the floor on challenges, she being all locked in. It's like, you need to be a little bit more clear about where you are and where you're headed. And I do feel like he was gearing up to do that. But then it's just like you said, this whole situation came too quick. And you could have done, I feel like you could have done a little something like maybe just like a turn to her and a look her in her eyes to let her know I'm
Yeah.
not choosing you, babe. Like, I know you can't say stuff, but I think you should like have done like, something
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because she all like, this my man, my man, my man. Anybody, nobody could take me away. Ain't no, he walked away. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
walked away. So I just think, that. But I do have thoughts on Andrina, but I've been talking a long time, so I'm gonna let you get up in there if you got
You
something
know,
else to say.
I mean, I'm right there with you. That's why I said it's 50-50, right? I just felt like the timing wasn't on his side. And I do wonder, I was like, if he didn't do it now, like, when would it have been the right time?
Well, after
Um,
he give her some more time to adjust from
yeah.
that angle, because like it's a valid point what he's
No,
making.
I'm saying within the games, when would it have been the
Well, when
right time, right? When you're talking
um
about this 3 week, they already like what 10 days in, they almost at the halfway point. So it's like when do you make the decision when you don't know when these decisions are coming for you to be able to make, and they've been vulnerable more than they've been safe, and so it's
yeah.
like. That's why I say it's 50-50. Like I
Okay.
definitely I'm like, damn, like, ooh, ooh. And then I'm also
Yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah. It's like when we were saying the last couple episodes, like he is, um, it was
fed
like
up.
it was given that he was gone, yeah, like
Yeah.
girl. But it's like wow, we could tell that, and you ain't said this to that girl until now, And so,
Yeah.
it's a little bit. I feel her, and I understand why what made him move in that direction. But I feel like you could have had a little bit more care for her. You've been touching, grabbing, kissing, feeling all on this woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you could have had a little more care for her to just not do it right now. Just say, like, I started to do it, and I just need you to know the next opportunity I will. I didn't want to throw you out there like that right now without giving you a warning, because that's
Yeah.
what he did. He just threw her out there without giving her, like, it was like a slight warning, but it wasn't enough, right? It wasn't, to
Yeah.
my view. But the one thing I do want to say about Andriena is, like, this goes back to the lack of authenticity thing. When I've been saying this whole time, it's like there's something about her that reads, I don't know how to be myself. That can be a difficult thing. You know what I'm saying? That could be like almost like a skill you have to learn, how to allow yourself the space to be free, and whatever happens, like if somebody doesn't like it or whatever the case may be, you have the capacity to still be yourself and still show up as
Right.
yourself, right? And so that's what, to me, like, this whole time she's been given very inauthentic. And I think about, like, when was it Justine or somebody was saying, like, but you have to think about your own game too, girl. And she was like, I mean, whatever Johnny says, like, he kind
Yeah.
of does the plan, and then I just will follow what he says. And it's like this type of woman who does that sort of thing and buys into this notion that, like, oh, they set the plan and we just kind of flow with it. It's like you do yourself a disservice and you do him a disservice, because you're not bringing to the equation what you have to bring. And that's kind of essentially what Johnny is
Right.
frustrated with in the challenge piece of it. And so I think that, like, there's a lot of women who operate in this space and they're just like, whatever he does, it's like, no, you gotta be co-creating with that man. You gotta be like
Yeah.
at the table with him. But, like, they got a little ego sometimes. You can let them, like, lead when they, at the times when it's right to do. But it doesn't mean you lose your
Sense of
contribution
self.
to the
Yeah.
dynamic. It's like she not contributing. She just like, I'll lay dead and you can just drag me along. Like, that's what her contribution, she feels like, is. And so I don't know. It's a little
Yeah.
unfortunate, because I think that a lot of women have difficulty with being, like, putting their contribution into a dynamic. And it's just like, well, whatever he does. And it's like we're taught that that's what we're supposed to do. And I think she's a victim of that society's sort of, like, thoughts process, I hope she learns from this. I did like her conversation, or I didn't see much of it. But when she was talking to Nicola, I was like, yes. Learn, like, I hope, sometimes you be around a person who's so authentic and you be like, it frees you up to be like, oh, this is how you do it. This is how it's like,
Yeah.
And it impacts you. How free they are impacts. I'm like, girl, I hope that you have a moment like that with Nicola, because that girl is she's just herself, So, I feel for Andriena setting all of that. I feel for her, because I do think it's like a societal thing, and she's just like, just doesn't know how to do what she wants to do. But
yeah, I agree with what you said. It kind of goes back to, we kind of had this offline conversation about Andrina and, like, this idea of being pretty and, like, pretty privilege and what comes with that, right? And it's like, I don't know when she came to the United States. It's very clear based on her accent that she was not born here. And so just from, like, research and stuff, right? Like, we know that sometimes kids, depending on when you come, can have a hard time, like, assimilating, right? And, like, how that impacts how you show up in social spaces. Bullying and things like that have lost long lasting impacts. I don't know if that's a part of her story, but when you mix that with the idea that she's this very beautiful woman, and even Johnny said, like, it can't just be because you're Andriena, like, it can't just be because you're pretty and that's all you bring. And, like, the vibe that she's bringing to this dynamic is, well, I'm gonna just let you. It's like, I'm pretty, like, that's it. So you just tell me what to do, and I just show up with the looks, and I'll have the dress and the heels on, and you bring home all the money, and da 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 da. And it's like he's telling you, no, he wants a partner in this. And I will also, to Johnny's credit, like, he has said to her, like, we gotta find the motivation. Like, I think also those speeches about, like, what he is looking for in a partner in terms of the game were also warnings, in a sense. Like, he has said time and time again to her, we got to figure something out. And she's just like, I know I don't want to be in the bottom. And then you start pouting and then you lean on him and now you want to kiss and all this stuff. Like you're looking for comfort, but you're also not saying what you're going to do differently besides, I don't know. I don't know. Like this just isn't for me. It's like, what did you expect that man to do? What? Like,
No.
it truly was one of the things where it's like, no, this is probably the time in your life where you're gonna learn that this other man who is also fine, Johnny fine as hell, like that's just not enough sometimes for some of these men. Like you gotta bring more to the table and vice
Absolutely.
versa, right? Like he is
Absolutely.
carrying now the emotional load, he's carrying the strength, he's trying to pour into you, ain't pouring into him besides running all over the place. Pull her, like
Yeah.
that's just that ain't it. Like this is not a what is it, a wife and girlfriend situation. This ain't a football player
Oh,
who signed
yeah.
the $20 million contract and so all
Yeah.
you got to do is that. Like this ain't
Mhm.
that. He is looking, he has a child, he's looking to become a different person. So I don't know, that's why I said again, like it's 50-50 for me. And yeah, I'm with you. I hope Andriena, she learns from this and she is able to start to explore her identity and figure out, where she wants to land and what's comfortable with her. I don't know what's behind this idea of she can't open up. But she need to figure that out, especially as you get
Yeah.
older, right? Like, and you want to date specific type of men.
Yeah, because
Uh,
that's what I just was thinking in my head is like you keep doing this caricature of yourself, right?
Yeah.
You're going to attract a man who is going to be the only type of
Run
man
all
that
over you.
matches with, yes, is a
Yes.
manipulative man, a man with no substance, a man who just has one-dimensional vision. He can only see you in the pleasant, you know,
Yeah.
like almost like a, I don't want to say like a sex doll, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like almost like just this thing that is
Yeah.
there for his pleasure. And it's like, so if she doesn't figure out how to bring the spirit of who she is to these dynamics with these guys, it's gonna be some problems. What she need to do probably is because she's so pretty. I think she needs to like embrace ugliness a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't because I think that's her real hair. Like when we was talking about the other day,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's like
Yeah.
clips in. I think she just has like a maybe a bob. That's what I think I saw her with a bob one time. I think she got like a shoulder length thing, and she just has like clips or like a sewing or something like that, right? But just take it all out. Don't do the makeup. Do like not body lounge wear that's like looking like dang girl. Do the do some just regular degular ass shit and operate in that space for a little bit, because I think sometimes that when we allow ourselves to get so caught up in other people's hype of us, it causes you to lose, the reality of who you are, because like there's a Andrea in there, whether she look like $1,000,000 or not. You know what I'm saying? There's a spirit in there that she needs to like focus on cultivating. So all that other stuff is just distractions. So I would love to see her do like a just,
Yeah.
just bear down to the,
Mhm.
get to know self type of thing. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, any other thoughts on them and this dynamic with Johnny choosing? 'Cause she was hot at that little. She was hot.
Yeah, she was mad. She was mad, and I don't
She
know.
also held it together a little bit. She did say, "I don't
She
care,"
did.
but she held it together in terms of like, I like she was gonna cry, maybe like her just face. You could
Mhm.
just tell she was just hot.
Yeah. The one thing though I did feel really bad about in this situation was like if this conversation, right, tends to come too late for her in relationships,
Mhm,
um where it's like the guy tells her, because she said she's heard this before so she knows it's a
mhm,
her problem.
mhm,
Brian also said last season she's boring, and this is
mhm,
probably what he
mhm,
was getting at, right?
mhm,
If this is a conversation that kind of comes too late where it's like the guy tells her and then he dips out, I can
mhm,
see how it might reinforce the idea that she can't open up, or like it
mhm,
would reinforce the fears of opening up and like trying to explore that, and so she just stays there. Sometimes we know what the problem is, but we operate in the problem because we know what the problem is going to get us, and then we can just blame it on all these other external factors and not ourselves. I do think in this moment though, because she really really liked Johnny and Johnny was so patient and like
mhm,
caring with her in a sense, I think that's what made her stop and say, you know what, like I'm the problem here. I need to work on it. And again, the timing just was not in her favor. But I was thinking like, oh man, like I hope this does not allow her to get into that space where it reinforces I can't open up with somebody, because then she's just going to keep running into the same type of problems, and it's probably why she's never been in a relationship.
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah, that thought came to me too as we were like discussing it, like,
yeah,
because she kept
yeah.
mentioning, I'm like, girl, you've been in a relationship. Then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is what's happening.
This, yeah, it got to
Um,
be. And so I'm no longer going on the she's corny, cringy bus ride. I don't think that's what it is. I think it is been identified for me for sure. I think it's crystal clear. Like, she has some insecurities, don't know exactly what they are, what they're rooted in. And we have thousands of theories, right? It could be this idea that, whatever experience was coming into the US. It could be this idea of like pretty privilege, X, Y, and Z, none of those, all of those, whatever. But it seems like there are a lot of insecurities that she holds on to in terms of how she presents herself in front of men. And she leans on her sexuality, her sexual presence, right, to gain attraction, but she just does not know how to keep it. She ain't stimulating no minds around here because she just leans into that. That's probably why she always kissing. If you kissing, you ain't talking. So yeah.
yeah,
It's unfortunate, but hopefully she work on it, child, and this is a learning lesson for her. And
yeah. There was something you
she
said
sees,
earlier about her really liking Johnny. The way I'm looking at it now, I almost even wonder if she liked Johnny like that. Just going back to the lack of authenticity, it's like it was all like, even in Johnny's conversation, he was like there was a disconnect like between how you're like falling all over and being like you feel, but then like when we're having these conversations, it's a disconnect. And I was like, that right there is what that
yeah,
is like. There is something there, and so it's like, are you putting on to be like, I have a story that America can root for, and so I just wonder how much of her actually really liked him, or if it was also a part of this lack of authenticity. But
it could have
anywho,
been. It could have been. Yeah.
yeah. Well, let's go into the challenge a little bit that set up the stage for all of this stuff to even happen.
Yes.
You're gonna have to carry us through this
Yes.
challenge because I'm gonna tell you, I close my eyes. I close my eyes. I don't have time for them
Yes.
and this nasty ass shit.
Yeah, I watched it like this.
I muted it and everything. I was like, the sound effects off the chain too. I ain't got time.
Yeah, yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
got
The
time.
only thing I was like looking to see was who was spitting in whose bucket. Like, because I just wanted to know what the strategy was. But once they
Okay.
said what they were doing, I was like, okay, cool. I can look away for a little bit. I did not understand why they did not show us more of the buckets instead of them spit swapping and spitting in them damn buckets. Like, let's just see the damn names. Like, that's all we need to see. All of this swapping, spit and shit, and
So
guts and brunt. It was disgusting.
question, because I tell you, it sounded like it was about to be disgusting. I saw the
Mm-hmm.
little preview. It was looking nasty, and so when it came up, I knew I was not looking at it. I knew it. So I missed the dynamic. Did they really? One person took
Yes.
in and they spit
Yes.
into the other person's mouth, and then the
Yes.
other person put.
And then that's spit into the bowl. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you see as far as like, because we'll dip into the Kendall Garby situation, but who'd you see, like who was targeting who? Because I was not watching. I ain't see it.
Yeah. So Tyrique and Toby, they were going after Josh. And then Johnny and Andrea were going after Kendall and Garby. Yeah, because I don't know if you remember, but that conversation that Tyrique and Johnny had, where Johnny was like, "We need to go after Kendall and like trim the fat," and they were like, "No," and Tyrique was like, "No, we need to go after Josh," and basically, Johnny was like, "I don't want them that smoke. Like, we don't need them not on our side in the moment. Like, it's too early type vibes," which was
Who
great
said go
strategy.
after? Who said go after Josh?
Tyrique wanted to go after Josh
Okay.
because he was a strong competitor.
Is that the one? Because whoever the Josh was in the conversation with, he was like, I ain't started, but I damn sure finished it. Like, Who was he
That was
talking
with
to?
Zay.
Oh, that was to
Zay.
say, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. But I think after a while, like it was just too much where people were just they were just spitting, child spitting, whatever. The guys were a little bit more competitive with it. I will say the girls was just turning, spitting, turning, spitting, turning, spitting. But the guys, when it was time for them to spit in the bowls, they was like holding that shit. They was like, I'm gonna watch you spit in my bowl, so you know when I come back around, I'm spitting in your shit type shit. Like they was like, try me. So I was like, yeah, this shit was nasty, but it turned the strategy on, at least for the guys, for sure. Now, Lucinda. Lucinda and this fallout with Garby and Kendall. Let me tell you, that shit made absolutely no sense. First of all, Lucinda, throughout the challenge, her confessional came up and she was like, I just didn't know that people were being strategic about it. Like, I didn't know that this is a thing. Like, I need to, like, open up my eyes. Like, it was kind of like a reality check. I'm like, girl, how many reality checks you need when this shit is called Love Island Games? I do not know. But it's like, girl, you went into it thinking it wasn't strategic. All of a sudden, now you think Garby was just coming for you because she spit in your bowl a couple of times. Like, if you had the thought that potentially this is not strategic and this girl is telling you, like, it wasn't a strategic thing, your bowl just kept being there and I wanted the shit out of my mouth. Let's just think for a second, Lucinda. Like, could it have been? What I did not like was after that initial conversation when the thing was over and she said, Garby was like, no, like it wasn't personal. Like, Lucinda then took it even more personal to basically tell Kendall, you need to watch out for her. I don't know how authentic she is. Basically questioning her character, questioning whether or not she's an authentic person, and if she really likes Kendall. And Kendall is going back and forth like, this is my best friend. When did y'all become best friends? Don't know. But Kendall is going to Garby talking about something. You know, that's my best friend. And I just don't know why you would do that. Like, why would you spit in their bucket? And Garby is like, it wasn't on purpose. Again, like, it was stupid, but it was not on purpose. I just wanted the stuff out of my mouth. Well, I don't understand how you didn't know you were spitting in her bucket or why you would do that. Again, I just wanted it out of my mouth. Oh, now you're storming off. Like, she leaves the conversation. Like, it was too much. It was definitely given what people always say about Kendall, including me, which is he does not like black women. He don't like black women because you used that moment to villainize her after you saw that she was becoming like flustered and overwhelmed in that conversation, as you're literally questioning her and questioning her character and basically calling her a liar. Because what you're saying by constantly going on and on and on is that you do not believe what she is saying. And so that was just too much. It was too much for me. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was the challenge and the fallout from it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely interesting because so I started watching again at the part where they're sitting there, and then I see Lucinda get like, did you? Da, 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 da," She's calling out Garby while they're all standing there, and then he asks her like, did you, are you? And I felt like his behavior was strange. I didn't connect it to like, oh, he doesn't like black women. I don't think that's a wrong connection. I just mentally didn't connect it for myself, but I thought to myself, like, this is very like I felt like, why are you questioning her? Like, it's very weak man ish. That's what I felt. That's what I felt. I think that, like, more than anything, because I don't know Kendall's backstory for real, for real. Like, all I know what y'all say, like, that he don't like black women. Like, my impression of him from what I know of him is he gives very weak man. I don't know. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
just play him, whatever. So I was like, why you do this? Because I was like, I can't see Johnny questioning Andriena. Like, I don't, for whatever I say about Johnny, he doesn't give me weak man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see him questioning Andriena. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do it like in front of her? I think he would have a conversation separately with her about it as the first initial thing about it. So I was like, I wasn't really feeling that. But I was unclear. I was like, was she? I didn't know what was happening because I missed everything, right? And so I was just unclear throughout the rest of it, and I don't think I developed a huge opinion about it, except for I was like, Lucinda as okay, you be a little. This is extra shit. Like, why are you so upset about this? And then as their dynamic came on grew and grew in terms of like Kendall asking her and questioning her, and I was just like, yeah, like, I feel you, Garby, like, step away from this situation. Like, he's not recognizing the boundaries. And so like when he started flipping around and talking some, oh, this when she walking off, I don't like that shit. It's like, do you think she like being questioned? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that
Yeah.
like it's just
I don't
like
know.
it's a lot of stuff going on, and I just feel like ultimately it's just a lack of like having your person's back, type of thing.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
and
It's not
like,
giving us against everybody else. It's giving
yeah,
me against you. And
yeah,
when to me, it just felt like you kept going on and like telling everybody, yeah, like it didn't go well
mm,
because she like walked off. Like, I don't want to
mhm,
deal with that in the real world.
mhm,
It's like you're villainizing her for
mhm.
this. And
For
then
having a
when they
boundary
had
of
that,
like,
yeah, yeah,
stop harassing me right now, and it's like
yes,
I need a
yes,
moment.
yeah. But it's like he couldn't even recognize like his part in it. Like, even when they sat down and had like the reconciliation
Mhm.
conversation, and he was just like, okay, I think we both misstepped here. Like, I can apologize for this, but you did X, Y, and Z. And it's like when she was like, he missed the mark completely, I was like, yeah, he missed the mark completely, because he was like, I could have addressed it differently. And it's like, no, really, you could have just did all of it different. Like, you could have just believed me as your partner and as somebody you're getting to know, instead of believing Lucinda. Like, and then Andrea chimed in, I think, at one point with Kendall and was like, yeah, I mean, it was a little hard. It was like really gross, but at the same time, it's like, how do you just keep, getting in her bucket? So I understand it. It's like, okay, Andrea, this why nobody like your ass either. But yeah, Kendall, it was, yeah, like you said, weak man. It was very catty. It was messy. It was, I like to get in it with, I don't mind getting into it with a woman. Like, I don't know. It was disturbing for me. But yeah, Kendall, 10 times out of 10, he's gonna get on your nerves and do something where you just like, this is weirdo behavior, and it's just like really weird, because it's like you are too quick. It's too easy for you to believe Lucinda over Garby. Lucinda being a white woman, Garby being a black woman, and the person that you're coupled up with. It's disheartening to see. It's like her word means absolutely nothing just because Lucinda said it. And it's like, who is Lucinda to the person that you making out with in bed at night, that you filling up on, that you saying you liking or whatever, and she's saying she likes you, that this one thing could be something that now you're just like, oh, okay, I gotta take a step back. I gotta proceed with caution, and like see what's up with Garby because of what Lucinda is saying. And
Yeah.
Lucinda has not had her head in the game at one point throughout this entire thing, except for when she was in that duel. So it's like,
Yeah.
what is that? Like,
Yeah.
what
And
is that?
I just feel like ultimately it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah,
like I just didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. It's not like it was a actual personal move, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that she can't feel upset about it. She can. I'm just saying that like for him on his part, it's like
yeah,
why does this become such a big deal for you when it's
right.
literally in the
Because
game
he
piece
like
of it?
her.
You
He
think
wish he
he
could
likes
be with
Lucinda?
Lucinda. I think he likes Lucinda. I
I
think
could
that's
see
who he
that.
probably would prefer to be
And she
with.
friend zoned
And so
him.
and so he's just calling it, this is my buddy, this is my bestie. Um, yeah,
Maybe
because
because
he don't
man,
like black women.
I ain't
I,
got
I don't know.
time.
I do wonder more about his parents' divorce.
Mhm.
I don't know. Kendall, he has a lot of growing to do, I think, in terms of just like his culture. I think his identity in general, but definitely his
Mhm.
cultural identity, because it's
Yeah.
like it's even the same thing with like Tyrique. And Tyrique, it's kind of like you come from a different place, and so we don't
Mhm.
know what the dynamics are
Mhm. Mhm.
there, right? But it's
Mhm.
like you, Kendall, like you understand history because you
Mhm.
are from America. Even if you don't
Mhm.
have an in-depth understanding of things, you know the basics. So it's like you not having this like community mindset, or like this even like inkling or thought to like, let me just take a step back, or understand how your actions of going around and villainizing Garby to be like this terrible person who is unemotionally regulated because she walked away from a conversation, what impact that has in media is insane to me. It's like, this is why you don't beat the allegations. Like, this specifically is why you will never beat them, because you don't understand your impact, because you don't see yourself, at least it does not seem like it based on your actions, that you don't see yourself as a Black man first. And if you don't, it would be hard to see the human in a Black woman and understand the day-to-day experiences we have with perceptions and things like that, especially when it comes to behaviors that can be perceived as aggressive when they are not. And yeah, so I did not like it. I was scared that when it came down to the vote, that this edit, I'm glad by the end of it, it seemed like there was a reconciliation because they both chose to return to Cinder. But I definitely was thinking in my mind, like, let me find out this edit. The producers is running with it in hopes that Garby would be at the bottom and it'll cause more drama. Like, I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it because Garby seems like somebody who is actually really, really liked, but you just never know things like this, right? Like, it's perception. And so if Kendall chose to believe Lucinda, there are probably thousands of people out there also who would be on Lucinda's side, and it would just move Garby down the needle when that wasn't even the perception coming into the challenge of the day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Should we talk about the vote a little bit, or
Yeah.
and try to see like what we think is gonna, like, where we at? Because like I voted for Justine. I voted for Kendall, but I just didn't know who to vote for.
Girl, Marvin, paging Marvin.
I'm sorry.
The fuck?
I'm
Girl,
sorry.
Rescind your vote. Child, she'll never come back on this episode again, y'all, and say she voted for Kendall. I promise you.
I didn't know what.
Girl, what? Actually, do we need to take this up the episode? Because
Like, the only reason I did it. Oops. Oh, like I can't even hear my headphone came out. The only reason I did it was because like I was just I don't know. I guess I don't know why I did it. I honestly don't. I think my mind, like I said, I had not quite yet, like, I don't know. I had like I think because I didn't watch the challenge, like I was a little disconnected from everything that was happening. I didn't like that piece of it, but I was like, I don't. Kendall's never high on my list anyway. I'm not a Kendall fan. I've always thought he was a weak man, so I was just like, whatever. I don't know who to vote for. I'll vote for him. He probably will get votes. I don't know, but I think that I had a little bit of a disconnect about this whole thing because when Garby was like, I think maybe I was doing it, and I was, when she initially responded, I was like, oh, was she? I don't know. I didn't know because I didn't watch the thing, so I didn't. To me, I don't think I had the right perspective when watching it. About like what was happening versus what wasn't happening. I was still trying to figure out like, oh, who did say it, but like recognizing that like, oh, she didn't. It's like it's like a whole new perspective. I get. So I don't know, whatever. Come from me in the comments if you want to. It was just a mistake, okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You said she would never come on the show.
I was just messing with you, but I voted for Justine and Marvin. I was a little torn though because I was like, I know a lot of people are gonna vote for Justine. So do I vote for Garby?
Oh, Garby, yeah. Garby has a good crew, so I think Justine and Garby will be fine. I'm wondering if Andriena is going to survive. Maybe Andrea be less than her, but I don't know.
Yeah, Andrea might be at the bottom. Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's going to be between Andrea and Andriena. That's my thought, but I don't know.
We gonna see. Andrea chose to stay despite with. I mean, I know she likes Josh. So I wasn't expecting her to not stay, but I was thinking like that first vote probably gave her some confidence that maybe she's liked by America. So we'll see. Maybe she has turned the tide.
Yeah. Who's vulnerable?
Everyone is vulnerable except for Toby, Johnny. Yeah, that's it. Toby and Johnny. Everybody else is vulnerable.
Ty because of Sydney.
Oh yeah, and Ty because of Sydney. Yeah.
Speaking of Sydney, like the way she talks is very, very interesting. She's like very like like it's just something about how she's talking. Somebody said it's like she's medicated or not medicated, but what they say, inebriated, or like, you know, under the influence of some substance
or something. But, I don't know. The girl has, like I said before, She looks like a completely different
I
person.
liked
She is
what she looked before. Yeah,
unrecognizable.
yeah.
Unrecognizable. Like I was shocked when I
Mhm.
saw her pictures the first time she was on Love Island.
Mhm.
And I know like before she had lip fillers, that was clear
Mhm.
because now they seem like they're dissolved and her lips look completely different. But it's
Mhm.
like I don't know what other surgeries she
Mhm.
has had. I have no idea, child.
Yeah, she seems to have.
I
Does she
know
have like
she.
hair plug? Like, what's going on with the hair pieces? Like, I know some people get
Oh,
those
girl, yeah,
like
them white women, they love to get their little
the
I
they
know
get them
we call
like
them K-tips.
attached.
I don't know what they call them, but
Oh,
yeah, it
okay.
attaches to their
To the
extensions. I
roots,
think they call them
yeah.
extensions.
Mhm.
But yeah, she looks like she said though she went through her whole spiritual journey and she's a completely different person now.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I don't know. I'm like, maybe are we seeing now the real her? And before we saw like
Maybe.
the version we saw before was the one that was all made up.
Mhm.
It's hard to tell. It's hard
Yeah, I
to
don't
tell. I
know.
don't know. I don't know.
Any thoughts on Lucinda and Zay? There were also something new that happened this episode. They coupled, or these two episodes, they coupled up. I was like, it kind of happened quick, but I was like, oh, okay, they seem to like it.
Yeah, I
Zay
have
had
no
them
thoughts
eyes going
about
up in the back
them.
of the head. He was like doing the
Right.
kiss. I was like, your
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, no, I don't have any thoughts on them.
Mm.
I truly don't care for Lucinda. I didn't really
Uh,
like have an opinion of her one way or another, but I don't like her now. I don't like her now.
That's funny.
Especially after all of that drama she started, you put
Mm.
doubt in Kendall's head. And then when she had a conversation with Garby, she was like, oh, no, I understand. Like, I totally get it. Like, no, I knew it wasn't personal. Girl, you wasn't acting like you knew it wasn't personal. So I'm like, you're fake. You are just straight up fake because you caused a lot of drama because of your reaction. And now you are acting like it's all good and gravy. So I don't like her character. So she's on the do not like. She's on the do not like list for me.
I can feel you. Anything else from this episode?
What we did not talk about was the recoupling that happened in episode 8.
Yes, yes,
Specifically the Tyrique and
yes,
Justine thing.
Justine.
Tyrique went first, chose to couple up with Justine. Justine chose to couple up with Josh. Josh chose to couple up with Andrea. So there was fallout, I think, which is Justine was just like in the middle. Like she had issues with Tyrique after that and issues with Josh after that.
Yeah,
Josh,
yeah,
he kept saying he was transparent. I was like, oh, no, I'm kind of with Justine. You actually weren't.
yeah,
You were making it seem like no, like at least as a friendship couple that y'all could rock
yeah,
this game out
yeah,
together. And what you were
yeah,
saying, like you were good where you were at, and it's like you were doing a little bit of people pleasing,
yeah,
and you
and
can't get yourself out of it.
yeah, and then also she did say in that conversation, just let me know if that changes or whatever. Or she said something to that effect of like, just keep me informed. And so when
Yeah,
you do make a decision, do inform me so I can like
right.
move, because it messed her up in the game just because of Ty and his childishness. And it's so interesting, like between episode 8 and 9, like my notes, like it just started off, I was like, oh, this man is such a like, it went from he's such a child to he is diabolical. Like that's how the
Yeah,
notes went. And,
literally,
and I was like,
literally.
he not like this one. I think my first note was like, this why nobody take you serious, sir, because they know they can see this little childish shit in you,
Yeah.
and they not taking you serious. And so it was the way, like I said, that he just unfolded, and I'm like, this is why I've never wanted
Mm-hmm.
KK to be with him. I've never want. It's like Andriena. It's like I've never really been like, oh yes, clamp that man. It's always been like, he's got this personality, but he's unserious, And as Justine said in the
Yeah.
game, he unserious to me in all life. Like he seemed like somebody that's just out here for the chase. Just
Right.
even if it's just regular Love Island and it wasn't the games, he just seemed like he don't trust your heart with that man. That's what he gives
Yeah.
me, and he proved why. And you ain't got to prove it again, because
Okay.
one time
Yeah,
was
I
enough.
hope Justine get her lick back and she get it back good. I hope because Justine got a dog in her, and I think everybody think like, oh, these little games is cute or whatever. But I'm like, no, Justine is a competitor because on a challenge, like I said, she was bringing it, and they don't know her challenge history. See, I am excited for her too. If I think she will stay. Of course,
Yeah.
she's gonna stay. If they let Tyrique
Yeah.
stay, they're gonna let Justine stay, just
Yeah.
to let the drama keep going. But Yes, I'm ready for that doc to come out in Justine, and I am wondering too why Justine and Johnny haven't coupled up. I know some of the challenges are a little like intimate, like this one. It would be really weird, I think, to be like spitting into your best friend's ex boyfriend's mouth. That I can't see that as definitely odd. I am, however, like y'all could win together for sure, and you know what it is. It ain't no intimacy. Y'all are both here for the games, and
Yeah, but
it will be a great team.
I don't think he looking back at this point, not with the new woman that he has. But one thing I do wonder about is if not Andriena, but Andrea will go this time, and then that forces Josh to kind of like be with her, and then he just rides it out with her.
Oh,
Meaning
maybe.
Justine.
Yeah.
But I want her to be like, Ty, you will never ever get the pleasure of being able to compete with me. And I think
Yeah.
he's going to go out because he's not even that great of a competitor in my view. I think he's going to go out before her, hopefully. But I'm just like, he's up to no good. So I'm just hoping the other side, they need to get an alliance together on their own shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they do. They do. We'll
But
see. I think the
yeah.
next episode is going to be good because of all of
Mm-hmm.
this. I did want to touch on Gabby. I watched her season of UK. I actually liked
Okay.
her in UK. I did.
Okay.
And yeah, she was I want to say she was a physical trainer back then. And so she's still a physical trainer. And so I'm like, yeah, she's strong. She being in this. She ain't new to this. She true to this. Because that was years ago. That was season like 3 of UK. And they on like 12.
Okay.
So she been doing this. So I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, they're gonna be all right. I think Justine Johnny and Gabby. So he made a good choice. Not Gabby. Lord have mercy. What that girl name?
That's
Gabby? Whatever.
Gabby. Yeah.
Her. Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
you meant Johnny and Gabby, not Justine and Gabby. You got Johnny and Gabby.
Johnny
Yeah,
and
he made
Gabby.
a good choice.
They're gonna make a good team, and I think he made a good decision for himself to get back into the games for sure, because that's what he came in for.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anything else from this episode?
No, and nothing else. We will post the poll results from episode. It'll basically be episode 8 and 9 together. Of course, the new people will not be in that poll result because they were only in the end of episode 9, and so they'll be in episode, well, technically 11 because one. 10 is going to be after Sun. But yeah, make sure you go vote. The link will be in the comments, and we will catch y'all for the next episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Bye.
Bye.